Thanks for joining me, everyone, for another container reveal. But on this container reveal, I've got some additional content for you guys. This is a special port that is actually allowing us to see certain camos in a different light than what we normally see them out playing. And as you saw in the initial startup, Optimus Prime, his axe was illuminated with the glow, and you can see in the hull as well as the turret and the towers that it does have some illuminating features of it. Each special camo is going to be illuminated in different ways. So check your special camos and see what you have. This one is Ark Royal. This was from the recent Halloween event. There were additional camos that were put out for Tech Tree as well as the counterpart aircraft carrier for this one. And as you can see, the deck is lit up. It's got very, very bright illuminated blue on that red hull. It really looks pretty cool. So this one is Z23 with the Rust and Rumble camo. And again, very illuminated and glowing. Looks really cool. The last time that we saw this stuff is in the events, and it's always, them coming at us. It looks cool. So to see it in our ports is very, very, very cool. The one thing I wish they would do is actually give us a map to show these camos and how cool they are, because there's very few maps that actually give us a little bit of that camo illumination. And as you can see, here is another Halloween theme for the turrets. This one, when you're in battle though, the Tesla rods and all of the wiring up top illuminates and arcs and has like a lightning look to it, and it is very, very cool. So the illumination that you see on this, though, does not actually show in the battle. This is only going to be for port as well. Here we have the ARP Kirishima. Now, this one looks more of a tribal kind of theme. It definitely has that illuminating pop. I love the black and the green. It just looks so cool. I wish we had a map where it was more dark. There is one out there. I forget the name of it, but it has a little bit of darkness to it. But I mean, the way it's popping here in port, I just really wish we had maps that allowed some of these camos to do that as well. So this is getting into, again, more of the vibrant, colorful stuff. And as you can see, this one is like, wow, super bright, super loud, and pops very, very vibrantly. The reds, the white, the way they've done it up to where it looks like it's glowing is very, very cool. Now, the next camo that we're going to get into is by far my favorite camo theme of them all. Now, this next camo collection is definitely my favorite. It's the Stellar Clash event. And for the Tech Tree line, from Baltimore down and from Charles Martel down, just that cruiser line, has this white and very, very vibrant blue camo. They all have very slight variations, but they all do have this white and blue look. Now, the legendary ships, they all have a very, very unique camo, and we're going to go ahead and get into each one of those, because I assure you, I was chasing all those bad boys out of those crates. So here you see Geary, and this thing just looks great. It's just highlighted in the neon that is glowing, gives it really, really good contrast, and again, gives it that Tron look. And you'll see the last two, those, I swear, if they didn't take a page out of Tron, I don't know what they were doing. But this next camo, you cruiser guys are going to love it. Des Moines is looking aggressive. My goodness, man, look at that thing. That off gray with the black and that red illuminated. Oh man, that looks fantastic. And the only thing that is that really, really vibrant blue is that whole control tower. Man, that thing looks great. I gotta admit, Money well spent. And I know some of you guys would agree, but we definitely will not get into that mess. So let's keep it going. Now, these last two camos are, in my opinion, some of the best looking ones just because of how much the illumination and how much detail that they really put into these two camos. So the shimmer is obviously something straight out of Tron. I mean, it is just adorned with that illuminating glow. Now the next one is that one I was talking about that I continued to chase, and all these other ones was just a byproduct. Because that black camo, again, I'm a sucker for it. And there it is. Look at that, man. So cool looking. When I saw it, I knew I had to have it, and I didn't really care how many containers I had to get to obtain it. And again, this is obviously, some people would say waste of money. I look at it like I've had this for quite a while, and I've had games that I've paid the same amount of money for, played it for a few months, and I haven't touched it since. So this to me is a better, I don't want to say investment because it is all digital. It could disappear literally tomorrow, but nevertheless, I felt like it was a better bang for my buck. Now, what you guys are here for is the containers. So let's go ahead and jump into that. So these first 10 containers is from the win prizes on the 1% for Tier 5 Arena. So we will go ahead and start with opening all 10 of these at once and then move into 181 of them. And as you can see, if you're just going to open 10 containers at once, the odds are you're not going to get a whole lot of great stuff, but as you can see, not too bad. So, moving into 181 containers. And you're probably wondering, what the heck does this have to do with it? Well, when I opened the 181 containers, it was literally right after this battle. I decided to go with Marco. I took it out in AI, obviously, to test out some commanders and different perks and setups, and I finally felt like I found the one for me. So in this, I just thought it was cool. 7 kills, over 240 some thousand damage in AI. It was just like, you know what? I'm going for the Ram. Let me hurry up and get back to port. So after that battle, I had been on such a great streak. I decided I can't wait any longer. I'm not going to wait for those 10 containers. I've been sitting on 281 containers and have hoarded since the beginning of this event campaign. And I said, you know what? Let's go for it. And what in the world? I'm like, are you kidding me? Did I really just get this many ships? This is not for real. The gold. Oh my goodness. The insignias, the commendations, the currency, all of it. But fact of the matter is, there is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 ships and some boosters and camo. Unbelievable. But you know what? We got to go back to those ships. Hold on. Let's go back to that. I wanted to actually take a deeper look into these ships because I have never, in all my 3 years of playing, pulled this many ships and this many high tier ships. I truly am shocked. So we have 3 tier 5s. We have a tier 5 cruiser Hyung, probably saying that wrong. A tier 5 destroyer Anne Chance, and the tier 5 Hugo White. We've got 6 tier 6s. We got the destroyer Sims. We've got the cruiser Abruzzi, the cruiser Tiger, the cruiser Atlanta, the cruiser Cheshire, and the destroyer La Terrible. We've got 5 tier 7s. That is craziness. We've got the destroyer Black. We've got the cruiser P-Bag. We've got the battleship Georgia. We've got the cruiser Bayard. And we got the cruiser Prince Huygen. And we've got 1 tier 8, which is going to be Republique. So please forgive me if I've butchered those names, do the best I can, but my goodness, between these ships, along with the currency, the insignias, the commendations and everything else, this is by far the best pull year to date. So I would like to go ahead and share with you the remaining haul for this 2022 holiday season. So let's go ahead and get back to port, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. That was, again, by far the best container reveal I have done to date. So we're going to keep this going with the amount of ships I am trying to hoard this holiday season. So Yoshino, I did get event currency to stack up and claim this bad boy. But let's say you don't have enough event currency to get this. What should you get, right? I'm going to go ahead and give you some suggestions on must-have commanders and the way I would spend event currency. I'm always going to suggest ships and commanders first before anything else in the store. So if you're into cruisers, this is a great option. It's literally free with event currency. You just had to put the time in playing to claim it. This is another option. If you're into tier 5s, literally it's a lottery style, but it is guaranteed a tier 5 premium ship. So for 15,000 event currency to get a ship, not a bad deal. But none of that is of interest to you. So let's get over to some must-have commanders that is really going to bring out a lot of your ships, whether it's tech tree or premium. And I do have every single one of these. You'll notice that there is an option to buy 2, and then there is an option to buy 1. The option where it is a 1, I went ahead and snagged with my extra event currency, because again, these commanders are going to be must-haves. Not all of them, but you will find use for most of them. Shelly Beepley would be a great setup for American cruisers if you want to do more of a stealth build. Space Fishy, great for your IJN destroyers if you want to do fast torpedoes. John Luke is definitely not one I would suggest as a must-have. Vincent Mordoff, he is by far a must-have. He will make your American DD line OP. And here's what I was talking about. There's only one option to buy because I went ahead and snagged him because I didn't have him with some extra event currency. Not sure I'll actually ever use him though. Blue Fiora. She would be a good alternate if you want to do more of a torpedo setup for your German DDs. I would obviously go Bay and strongly suggest gunboat style. Henry J. Hyde. He is by far a must-have for your German battleships. Just check out the video that I posted called Scharnhorst B, Unleash the Kraken, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Victor Einstein, he is another commander that I did not have and I snagged for event currency. He's going to be more of an aggressive build for your American cruisers. And here is another commander that I did not have and I snagged. He is a good gunboat setup for IJN destroyers. And believe it or not, there are a few. I do have him. He is a decent setup for Hyatt. He can give you a little bit of a hybrid feel. Lightful, I do have him on my light cruisers, and I have the stock commander on my heavy cruisers. And Clara, definitely not a must-have in my book. So that is just my suggestions for the commanders. Obviously, again, your choice on what you feel like you would need. So let's go ahead and get into the rest of these ships that I'm going to go ahead and snag. I have been trying to debate on how to spend 2 million global XP. So I keep seeing all these videos on Elbing. And I got to admit, this thing has AP that is punishing cruisers, for goodness sakes. And I am definitely a DD guy, so Bay would look very good on him. The thing is man, 2 million, it's going to take quite a bit to get back up to 2 million. And that's why I was looking at Stalingrad. But I gotta be honest, I just don't feel like I would get as much quality play time out of 2 million global XP with Stalingrad. So you know what? Yeah, we are going to go ahead and snag Elbing. So let's go ahead and pull the trigger. 1,400,000 global XP. It has taken quite a while to get it. And voila, Elbing it is. Can't wait to get that thing out there and set up, and as you can see, drop down to 622,000. All right, back up to the climb. Now, this is something I have literally been back and forth with on what to do, and guess what? The ship collector in me has won out. I already picked up Marco Polo, and let's go ahead and pick up Marlboro. It's an HE Fire Dragon, and it's got a lot of guns, so it's definitely going to give me a bit of a challenge because I've seen this thing out, I've encountered it. It has a very, very squishy and very, very big citadel area, so we will see. For the first time, I am going to leave the comments section open because I would love to hear from all you guys. What do you think the dollar amount of that container reveal is worth? I have never actually gotten a super prize, and that I feel is probably as close to a super prize as I would actually get because that was an awful lot of ships. And I would love to know what you guys think it's worth as far as dollar amounts. So please make your comments, give this video a thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, stay frosty out there.